It's incredibly important to consider sex as a basic biological variable in research because, well, half of our population is of one sex or another sex. And we know from the science that there are many developmental aspects that influence biology according to sex. There are many life circumstances that influence biology according to sex, and there are changes in biology over a lifetime that influence our response to diseases and our response to life circumstances according to sex. So it's really important to consider sex. It's just a basic biological variable. You need to ask yourself, do you want to study only females? Is your question more appropriate only for males? You need to ask yourself if you're going to study females or include females. Do you want to study females in their reproductive life, or do you want to study them in reproductive senescence? And of course, rodents have something called reproductive senescence, which is actually not the same at all as human menopause. So if you're thinking about wanting to make your experiment relate to a human condition, you then have to ask yourself, is this the appropriate model? In order to think about the inclusion of females and males in animal work, we need to revisit some of our tried and true scientific assumptions. So one scientific assumption is that you don't report negative data. It's coming up over and over again in this meeting, this workshop, that we need to report negative data. We need to know when there isn't a difference as well as when there is a difference. And we need to understand the conditions under which the negative difference or the positive difference occurred. So a familiarity with the nuances of both the model you want to work with, what the animals themselves do, and also a familiarity with the nuances of hormones. I think a lot of people think that a hormone is a hormone is a hormone, but of course there's 17-beta estradiol, there's estrone, there's estriol. The question is, which are you going to study? Are you going to study them opposed with progesterones? Are you going to study them opposed with synthetic progestogens? What is going to happen? So it is complex, but there are many good review papers out there now because the field has been developing, I think, strategically with an eye toward this moment when the NIH, the Canadian Institutes of Health Research, and the European Union would begin to demand for the good of science that investigators begin to include males and females in their models. There isn't any condition in which this actually won't be important, but I think Alzheimer's disease is an incredibly important condition in this regard, and because Alzheimer's disease is a multifactorial disease unless you're studying early onset, and early onset only affects a very small proportion of people. So we know, for example, in men that traumatic head injury, that comes from risk-taking behavior that's more common in men than women, that this is a risk factor for Alzheimer's disease. We know that stroke, which is more common in men than women, at least prior to menopause in women, that stroke is a risk factor for Alzheimer's disease in men. But we also know in women that it looks like actually having your ovaries removed before natural menopause is a risk factor for Alzheimer's disease, and that's a very gendered condition.